It's no secret that I love people and sharing their stories. I really love it when people reach out to me and say, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested, but here's my story. And that's how this one came together. And as it turns out, a small world, we have some mutual relationships as well. Cassie Parker, thank you so much for I'm so glad you reached out, and I'm intrigued by your story, and I know you have a lot to share. I always start with, though, where you're from, and that's you from Sarnia.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Sarnia by my single mother.
Right.
And then when I was about 8 or 9, she met my stepdad. She went to college for office administration.
Oh, yeah.
So she graduated that, and then she got a job in the field. She worked at Electrobyte Technologies. That was the first internet
I remember.
Provider in Sarnia. And then that's where she met my stepdad. We were there together for about 10 years. And then they had my brother. He is wonderful. He's been an angel to me, like, through my whole experience and my whole process of recovery from my accident. And that, he was only 2 in the accident. So,
right. So just so people understand, you had an accident back in 2005? Or?
Yes, I survived a car accident, me and my family. And, yeah, it is quite the story. I have, it's been about 20 years now, and I feel like, it's been like a process to get through.
So talk about the accident, this happened, and talk about how that happened and what came about that for you.
Well, my stepdad, he just passed away in 2004. And I was 14 at the time, or 13 or 14. And he was a wonderful man. He treated me like a dad that I never had, right? Mm-hmm. He, gave me rules and gave me chores to do and taught me what it was like to, taught me what a real parent was supposed to be like.
Right.
A real father figure, I should say. And he was not electrobyte, that's where he worked. He was an electrician.
Right.
Not an electrician, what do you call it? Computer technician.
Right.
So he fixed computers all across businesses around Sarnia. So he knew a lot of people around town, and he was big into classical rock.
Oh yeah.
He had a room, a special room in the house that was wall to wall of classic records.
Nice.
So every night he would blare out his record. We had a big record player. And he'd blare it out so the whole neighborhood could hear it. Like, you could hear it up the street. Nothing but awesome memories with him. And so whenever I listen to classic rock, it reminds me of him, and It brings back those memories. He took me camping every year. We went camping at Algonquin Park, Doe Lake, about 7 hours up north.
Nice.
He took me fishing, and, he was a great dad. And so we were mourning his death. Sorry, it's a habit. And my mom wanted to move to Newfoundland, or out east, because my uncle she was dating somebody at the time who was from Newfoundland. So she just wanted to have a new life and a new experience, right? Kind of, get away from bad memories of that happened.
New chapter
of life. And so she took me out of school. I was only 15 at the time. And I knew that I didn't really want to go with her. I wanted to stay because I had a lot of friends. I had I had a boyfriend at the time. I was living a good life. Like my life was going well for me. But yeah, we went camping at Paradise Valley. So I go there camping every year because it's good. It's my memories that I have of how I, survived.
Yeah.
Right before we got into our accident, we were camping, and we had good memories there before we left. And then we were driving down 402 or 401. I think it's 402.
401, I think.
Okay, my stepdad, he was in a car accident a year prior to this.
Yeah.
Where he ran into a cement truck, and he didn't make it. So we were, driving down the highway, and I heard a noise. I remember that this is my last memory before I woke up from a coma. Yeah, I remember, what was that noise? And then I woke up in a hospital bed. I had no recollection of what happened. It was really scary. I wasn't able, my mind wasn't able to really think. I didn't have any thoughts, but I didn't know what was going on, right? I was in a state of, I was unconscious at the time.
Right.
So I was in a state of disbelief, and my mom told me the story of what happened. So that's the only memory I have is from what I've been told, that a transport truck ran into the back of our motorhome.
Oh wow!
Which ran into the back of our car. We ran into the back of the motorhome, and the motorhome ran into the back of the transport truck. Not transport truck. Sorry, got confused. Okay, so this is actually what happened.
So there were multiple vehicles
before
involved.
The motorhome broke down. We were driving in a motorhome, and then there was a tow truck driver that came along and offered to tow us. So we followed close behind him, and that's when we were rear-ended. And then, so it was a multiple vehicle collision.
Right.
And then my brother, he suffered a broken nose and cheekbone. And so he was in SickKids Hospital with me.
So he's younger brother.
Yeah,
right?
my little brother. Well, he was 2. So he came to SickKids Hospital with me and received the treatment. He was there for about 2 weeks. I was there for about 3 months. And then I was transferred to Blue Review Kids Rehab, where, so SickKids Hospital is where I had, physiotherapy, where I was learning to walk again, because I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk, and I couldn't talk. To be honest, I couldn't talk at all. I didn't know how to talk at the time.
Right.
My boyfriend at the time came in the room, and his name was the first name that I said. First name that I spoke. So that meant a lot to me at the time. And then, but yeah, so SickKids was, they really helped me. And I really have my life to thank for them. My life, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for them saving my life. After the accident, I was immediately rushed to SickKids Hospital, where they performed brain surgery. And now it was just because my skull was depressed, so they just had to put a metal plate in where I have screws, where it's kind of different living with screws in your head, but
right. Yeah, it's not something we think about.
No. But yeah, it was something for me to get used to, right?
Right.
It kind of isolated me a little bit. When I came back to Sarnia.
Tell the story. How long was it from the time of the accident and going through this process that you came back to Sarnia?
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
I went to Northern after elementary school, and then that was where I got into the accident. I didn't finish grade 9. I was in second semester when it happened. It was May. And then after that, I went to George S. Henry Academy for 2 years in Toronto. That's where I learned I learned how to play violin. I learned how to dance. I took a dancing class or course, and I learned so much at that school, like that I wouldn't have learned in Sarnia, you know. I mean, like, I know they have music class in Sarnia and that, but but at the time, before my accident, I was a different person, right?
Sure.
I wasn't into playing music. Oh, actually, yes, I was. My grandma bought me a guitar when I was in grade 7. So I've been playing guitar since grade 7.
Is that your guitar over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
So I picked up that hobby again later on in life, and it's been really positive.
It sounds to me like, I mean, especially at that young age.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine at an adult stage going through that enough of a struggle, but at a young age. But when you're telling this story, Cassie, it sounds like you're really talking with a grateful heart.
Yeah.
You're appreciative of SickKids and, you know, your stepdad, and you mentioned something before we started the camera here about your mom.
Yeah.
And some things that you're really grateful that she did for you. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, she's been wonderful. She stayed with me at the hospital, in SickKids Hospital. And that really meant a lot to me. Mm-hmm. I just have memories of my mom at the hospital. And my grandma came to visit too. Yeah, she's just a wonderful person. She's been here for me since the beginning. Mm-hmm. She's always just been there for me, you know, when I needed her most. And I really appreciate her for protecting me from, you know, from harm. Like, for example, my dad, when I met my dad, he came into my life when I was 18, and I've only heard stories about him. I never met him before, so but I was really happy to meet him. Because I was struggling after I was kicked out of my house. I felt like I don't have a relationship with my mom, and I don't even know my dad. And it was really hard for me. I had to see counselors so.
You were kicked out of the house.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's all right. You were kicked out of the house because what were you doing?
I was having parties.
Yeah.
Too often, and I think my mom couldn't handle it.
Right, and this was, you're talking about alcohol.
My brother was young. My brother was a baby too at the same time. So I feel really bad for my actions back then. Bad decision making was a part of brain injury too.
And this
right?
is alcohol and drugs involved in this?
Not really. No? Just alcohol. Okay. Just a lot of drinking. And yeah, she. I feel like if I wasn't kicked out, I wouldn't have found my independence. Right. And I wouldn't have become the person that I am today.
I'm sure she didn't want to kick you out.
Well, no, it wasn't.
Make a parental decision.
Well, yeah, it was a smart thing for her to do.
Sure. And that somehow connected you with your dad.
Yeah. Well, my dad came back into my life. He showed me love that he had to offer. Like, he showed me the love in the way that he knew how.
Right.
He took me out I just turned 19. So he took me out to the bar every Friday night for karaoke. Mm-hmm. And that's where I met you. I don't know. I've seen you.
Yeah. That's a while ago, but I remember now. I remember him coming with you, and you're coming back to my brain.
Oh, yeah. And then he would have me over to my mom's house at the time for dinner. He would cook, and like the most amazing gourmet meals.
Oh yeah,
he's a chef. Yeah, and he so that's why I appreciate about him is how he taught me how to cook. He taught me, how to have a good time, how to enjoy life.
Right.
drinking at the time was how I was enjoying life. And but then I found out, I realized, I came to a realization that my drinking and smoking I was just trying to mask the pain of my past, of my experience.
Right.
So that knowing that, being able to point that out actually really helped me overcome that.
Okay.
And I feel like that's important, is you have to, for anybody to quit drinking or quit drugs or smoking, it's important for them. They have to do it. It's a willpower thing, right? You have to be the one to want to do it. You can't be
decision.
Forced
You got to
to
make a decision, right?
Yeah, you can't have people telling you to quit drinking. You're not, because you're just going to want to drink more. But yeah, I'm happy and that I overcame that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And how I overcame that, like I stopped drinking 2019. But my friend from high school, she came into my life and introduced me to Beachbody, which is, some people say that's a pyramid scheme, but I took it as a lifestyle change.
Network marketing company.
Yeah. I totally changed my lifestyle.
People know I love network marketing. That's great.
That's wonderful. Like, I totally changed my lifestyle around, and
there's a lot of personal development that comes into the network marketing world.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you're referring to.
As well
as the product.
I feel like it saved my life, even.
Yeah, that's great.
Because there was a time when I was drinking. Maybe the last time that I ever drank, that I ever touched alcohol, was I was always told by my workers. So I didn't talk about them yet. Sorry.
That's okay.
I went through 10, 15 years of rehab therapy. And I had a rehab therapist, occupational therapist, and a case manager that I worked with.
And that was for the recovery from
my accident.
The accident and the alcohol?
No, I didn't go through any therapy for alcohol.
That was just a decision.
Yeah. Like, I was making all the bad decisions, like drinking and hanging out with the wrong crowd, or hanging out with people that got me into that. Not got me into it, but partook in that.
Sure. So you're one of those ones, people have heard me say, you are a piece of the people you surround yourself with, right?
Yeah. Well, I would say that I've changed a lot since then.
Right.
So I would like to say now I like to be the influence. Like, if I'm hanging out with drug addicts, for example, I don't do drugs, so I'm the influence, right? But I had to get rid of toxic people out of my life, right? I had to start hanging out with, or find who I find who do
you want to sit with,
get along with better. But yeah, who I wanted to spend, be in my life, because I was changing, right? I was progressing and growing. My workers, I would see them every week. So my life was a little bit hectic at the time, where I was balancing
pretty hectic
everyday life.
From 15 years old by the sounds of it.
Everyday life with my therapies and that.
Yeah.
And I was, at the time, at first, I was looking at, like, I didn't want help, right? I was like, I'm normal, I'm fine, I don't need help.
Okay.
Like, that's how I felt at the time. But they're like, yes, you do. You need help, and I didn't see it.
Right. Was that a stubbornness? You
yeah.
We don't often like to ask for help.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, we feel I'm weak if I ask for help. But how did you then come to overcoming to the realization that I really do need help?
Well, it was because I was going through court at the time, so it was the court had to see that I needed help, right? They had to see the impact that the accident had on my life.
Right.
So that's why I was, seeing different workers. Like I had a new worker every like month, it seemed. I was getting workers from London, from Toronto, from Sarnia even. And it was a lot on me to have to, meet new people, trust new people with my life.
Sure.
It's really difficult to do. And, so I had a little bit of a struggle. That's why I drink, because it was just me masking the pain that I was experiencing, the emotional pain.
Instead of dealing with it.
Yeah. And so when my friend introduced me to Beachbody, I moved into this house mainly because I was thinking about my future family. I wasn't thinking about my past friends and me wanting to move next to my best friend or whatever, or wanting to move next to so-and-so because to live close to them or nothing. I was thinking about the best interest of my child. This is the best school district in town. I wanted to, I had weight loss goals that I was working on. Mm-hmm. There's 2 trails that I live between, so it's the nature trails are kind of what I am attracted to.
Some nice therapy to go for a walk.
I love going on nature walks. Mm-hmm. When I used to babysit my brother a lot. So when I used to babysit my brother, we would go for nature walks. We would go to the park. We would do lots of fun stuff. He's just amazing. He has helped me out so much. And
what does he do?
He works with lawn care.
Okay.
He's kind of like an entrepreneur himself. He's like an electrician. He's a plumber. He helps with everything.
Oh, he's that handy guy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a guy I want to meet.
Yeah, he's amazing. And
just to go back a little bit there, Cassie, you mentioned your son. You're a recently new mom.
Yes, I am.
So how old is he?
He's going on 3 months now.
Right. Wow. Congratulations. What's his name?
Thank you. His name is Jaden.
Jaden. Nice.
Yeah. He is such a joy in my life. He's just amazing. My mom's just watching him right now in the other room.
Yeah.
But he's just been like such a gift.
Yeah. How so?
Well, I've always wanted to be a mom, but I've never rushed into it, right? I've always believed in, I have faith. There's so much I have to talk about, so I'm trying to.
It's okay. We still got lots of time.
Trying to piece together the timeline here. But when I was going through like my life, I had I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on. To help jog my memory.
Take your time.
I was going through, like typical teenage life with guys and.
Those guys, they're nothing but trouble.
Yeah, but I met this guy, and I met this one guy, and he was a Christian. He went to church every Sunday, every week. So I started going to church every week. It was actually the same church that my grandma brought me to when I was a kid. My grandma used to bring me to Temple Baptist.
Yeah.
And so that's the church that we would go to. So when I was 25, I got baptized in the lake. It was a beautiful experience. Mm-hmm. And then since then, I noticed that like before my accident and before this experience that I had, I felt like I was a darker person. I listened to a lot of heavy metal. and like Marilyn Manson and all that music. I used to love horror movies. I was a horror buff, and I used to, like embrace that darkness. And as soon as I was baptized, I realized that, and I realized that I wanted to have a change. And that first started with the type of TV I watched, the type of movies I watched. I stopped watching horror movies because I felt like that was bringing too much darkness and dark thoughts.
It's having a negative impact
into my life, right? Yeah. The dark thoughts.
It's true. It comes down to, hey, even Netflix, right?
Yeah.
What we watch, what we listen to.
Yeah.
I always say, what are you watching?
Yeah. Yeah, the music, I changed the music I listened to.
Yeah.
I changed...
what do you listen to now?
Everything around. I love classic rock.
Cool.
But what I've been doing with the Beachbody, with Beachbody, there is a cash prize. So I was, motivated to, they say you have to videotape yourself working out so that they know you're working out and you're taking their supplements and stuff. Right. So they know that you lost the weight. They're, doing their programs and that, right? So they can see the proof. Accountability, basically.
Yeah.
So I got addicted to that. I was working out.
It's a good thing to
several
get
times a day. Yeah, but it was more so. It wasn't so an addiction as your body craves the nutrients that the nutrition shake provides, right?
Right.
So I was doing that for it's been about 9 years now. But I'm not on the Shakeology anymore. Shakeology is the science of metabolism. So that's what made me obsessed with it. I had like a big business spiel going on about it. I was selling it, making money. You get,
yeah.
It was the perks, but the real perks was the weight that I lost. It was the results that you achieve.
How much weight did you lose?
I lost a little bit over 70.
Wow.
Close to 100.
Good for you.
But then pandemic happened.
Oh, the P word.
Yeah, and that caused, no one was talking. No one was going out anywhere. I was staying home. I lost my motivation to work out. So I was ordering and skip the dishes a lot because that was when they came about. When
right. Well, it's just so easy. Pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Boop.
So I gained my weight back, and that was so discouraging to me that I decided to continue with it. Like I've been. What I love about it though is that a gym membership. There was a time when I had a gym membership at Agoya Gym, which was over here on Michigan. And I paid about $800 for a year membership. Well, about 3 months into that membership, I went to the gym and found there was a sign that said that they went bankrupt.
Oh, whoops.
So there goes my money. You don't see your money back.
Right.
And I was so mad. I was so upset that this Beachbody is only, I'm not sure I can get into a sale or nothing.
No, it's all right.
It was only 200. Oh, at the time it was 100. The time that I started it, $100 a year.
Wow.
For a yearly membership,
right.
Which was outstanding. Like that was just the answer that I needed. There's like a bunch of different super trainers that have these programs that they put out. So I was doing, my friend introduced me to 21 Day Fix. 21 days, you lose 21 pounds.
Nice.
And I proved that.
That's a lot, really.
Yeah.
It's a pound a day.
Yeah. It was, the workouts are high intensity, very strenuous workouts. That's why I got into drinking Energize, because it gives you that energy boost to persevere through your workout. Now, the ingredients are all natural. It has like green tea extracts in it. And then, so that gave me the energy to do these hour-long workouts that they offer. So that's what really brought me to where I am with my mindset. I just was focus on improving myself every day. The super trainers are so inspiring. They, they have mantras that they say every video.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. Yeah.
It just keeps you in a good mindset.
I see a T-shirt over there. It says, "I defined myself."
Yeah, that was when I completed my favorite program, PiYo.
I love that.
It's a mix between Pilates and yoga, and I lost that was when I was like down 50 pounds. So PiYo helped me lose about 20 pounds. So I wrote, and you write it in your story to Beachbody, and then they send you free merchandise.
Oh, nice.
And then you get entered into a contest where you can win a cash prize. That's what got me addicted to it too. Right? got me hooked on it.
Yeah, who doesn't like a little money?
But the real prize was the results that you get, right? But yeah, that's just been life-changing for me, and it keeps me in a good mood every day. Right. I got discouraged working out when I was pregnant because it's not safe, but so I stopped, and but I didn't let that discourage me, because now I was excited to get back on the ball of things again.
Right.
So that was what I was looking forward to most after. So yeah, I've been slowly getting back into it. So,
how do you think, you talk about your son, obviously he's only 3 months old right now, but as he gets older, you'll likely share, these stories, like the accident and how you overcame it. And is that part of the plan, is someday to make sure that he understands what you went through in order to influence him on his own life?
Yeah, I feel like working out, him seeing me working out is also a good influence for him too.
Even right now at 3 months to see it, right?
Yeah. I would work out beside his playpen there. And, he would be watching me, and when he gets to be older, he can join me even. That would be awesome.
That's a great example. Like we say, lead by example, or whatever, right? And that's really has to start from the start. Yeah. Right.
And I really appreciate my friend who introduced me to Beachbody. She's my, we don't talk anymore, but she's a big influence in my life.
Nice.
And that's another thing that I want to get to, is the influences. So as I was recovering, I was just being a normal teenager, following my friends, right?
Right.
Like,
as teenagers do.
It's like, what, you're, like,
we're not smart at
hanging
teenagers.
out with your friends and just doing what teenagers do. And I didn't think I was anything wrong with it. But I realized that the workers that were in my life, I should be looking up to them as role models.
Sure.
And that when I did that, when I started looking up to that, they helped me work out. When I was, after my accident, I was going to the YMCA in Toronto. And then, so I've been going to the gym ever since then. And then I went to YMCA in Sarnia. I want to move back. And then I went to On Edge Fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown, when I was downtown. And then On Edge Fitness moved to Agoya, where Agoya was. So I was going to there too. And then I've been to a lot of gyms. But what really changed my life around was working out at home. Because you can wake up out of bed, work out in your pajamas.
Sure, it's a little more convenient.
You don't have to, drive anywhere. You don't have to, you just, work out whenever you're at your convenience. And that's what I love about it. But yeah, and I just feel like Jaden would get a really good, a really good upbringing.
Yeah.
It's actually a foundation. That's what it is. It's a foundation to build on.
Wow, what a great way to say that. Yeah. Can we talk about the Brain Injury
Yeah.
Association? Because I know, because what you talked about, it happened to you, is a brain injury, right?
Yeah.
And you explained a little before we started, like, you know, that you just need some time to process things a little bit longer than normal, I guess, whatever that means.
Yeah.
How have they helped you along the way?
They
The Brain Injury.
brain injury.
So the
My workers and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they were there every day, not every day, but helping me with everyday tasks, like
Right.
going to the doctors, going to appointments. When I was on welfare, I had to go through that process of going to Service Ontario, and they would go with me to that, and they would bring me to lunch, and we would go do what I had to do on the daily basis.
Because you had to relearn a lot of things.
Yeah, I had to relearn.
Right. Yeah.
Well, my speech therapy really helped me a lot, because I wasn't able to talk when I came out of my accident.
You would never know.
No, when I was when I first came out of my coma, I couldn't speak at all. So they helped me better pronounce and words and stuff. And when I went to Northern, in elementary school, I aced English. So when I went to Northern, I aced French. And when I went to...
I hated French.
I went to St. Clair.
I'm no good at it.
Yeah, it's a very challenging
I just
subject.
I just didn't want to.
Yeah, it's a very challenging subject.
It is, yeah.
But my great grandma is French, so that's probably where I gained a fluent, gained a appreciation for it. But where was I going with that? My workers, yeah, they were wonderful. My occupational therapist, she was getting into yoga instructing.
Okay.
And so she came to my house as a private yoga instructor. I lived at Kenwick Building for 5 years.
Okay.
So she came to the Kenwick Building and did yoga with me every morning.
Nice.
And then that inspired me to get into yoga as well. So when I was 24, I went to a yoga retreat in Kingston, Ontario, Wolf Island. Beautiful, beautiful experience. It was the Women in Power retreat. And it was like, Wolf Island reminds me of Petrolia on a island, because there was the resort or the retreat was surrounded by cows and chickens and farm land. It was basically farmland on an island, like a farm, farming and stuff. And we ate pure organic food, or not organic, vegan food,
right?
Freshly cooked in the garden. We couldn't eat any meat, so there was cows, and we just had to stare at them. And we couldn't eat them. I'm just saying. It was rough. I got really sick, actually. In the first 2 nights, I missed the bonfire, the big bonfire they had, which was really life-changing, I hear. So I was disappointed in that. But because my body wasn't used to eating so healthy.
Sure.
Right? So
right. Yeah, it's a big change when you've fed it other garbage, basically, right?
That was a great experience. It really taught me a lot, and it was a big part of my growth. And then, I had, my case manager. She is an angel. She helped me out a lot during my childhood, or during my childhood, but my my experiences. There was a time where I had to go to Toronto for March break, and things didn't work out right at the time because of whatever reason. And so I called her, and she, the person that I was staying with wasn't able to host me anymore. So I called her, and she got me a hotel at the Hilton Hotel. And, she was an angel. She, she made sure that my March break was a good March break. She made sure I had a good experience still. And but she helped me out because I needed that, right? Like, what am I going to do? I'm stranded in Toronto.
Right.
It was a rough time, but that was just something that I remember that.
So you've had a lot of people helping you along the way. And what do you want to do moving forward now? Like, you're at this stage in your life, you've got a brand new little boy, and do you have a plan of where you want, what's next for Cassie and it's Jaden, right?
Yeah. Well, I like to make a difference in the lives of others. So
in what way? How do you want to do
that? The boyfriend that I had when I moved into this house, he was a part of a speakers bureau.
Okay.
So he got me into that speakers bureau. So I started speaking at high schools and colleges, telling my story, making a difference. I had somebody in tears at Lambton College because she was going through a similar experience. So it was really meant a lot to me to be able to make a difference like that. And so on my 10-year anniversary of my accident, I had a fundraiser where we had a live band. I had a friend who was in a band, so he helped me out with fundraising. And then we had catering. And my mom she lived in Brigden at the time. She had a beautiful, humongous yard, farmland, that she allowed me to have my fundraiser at. So that was really awesome. She's been such a great help to me and such a wonderful mom. We did that. That was a great experience. I did henna tattooing as well for the kids, because I always say if the kids are having fun, then the parents are having fun.
Right.
Are able to have fun. I also offered camping, so anybody that wanted to stay and camp out, we're welcome to. We did raffle prizes, and it was the whole shebang. It was awesome, and it was a great experience. And I feel like planning of that was so satisfying. Like, it was not satisfying, but it was so rewarding.
Oh yeah, okay.
That I feel like I should have gone to school to be an event planner. But
you could just do it. Right?
I went to school to be an esthetician. I always like taking care of my nails and taking care of myself.
Okay.
So that's where I found my passion for taking care of my health, and that with that program was amazing. That's where I met like some of my best friends.
Sorry, no, finish your.
I was just gonna say that's where like a lot of I spent about, I was friends with longtime friends you meet in college, right?
Right.
And that was just a wonderful experience. You're paying for the course, or the program, sorry, but you get, you're getting free services, right? You get free manicures, pedicures, massages, makeovers.
It's got its bonuses to it.
It has, not like it was free, but it was, it was the perks of it. Yeah. Free massages, going to school, I looked forward to it. Right?
That's a good thing.
So I was motivated to go to school every day and graduate, because my mom graduated college too, right? So she was a good role model for me.
Yeah, a good example for you. Now you're passing that on, or hoping to. That's part of your plan. What do you do for fun? like, a new mom, 3 months old, right?
Yeah.
Like that's busy. And then
Well,
do you get out of the house or?
I haven't been out of the house in a while, but me and my boyfriend, he'll bring me to dinner, we'll go out once in a while for a good time. I play guitar, watch movies, listen to music.
Yeah, okay.
I go out camping actually every summer. And everything until pandemic. Pandemic is what kind of stopped everything, discouraged everything, right?
So are you still coming out of that pandemic? Are you still trying to overcome? Because I know, even a year after that was finally over, if that's what it was, people are still a little hesitant. Are you still taking your time with that?
Yeah, like camping has always been a great memory for me. So I try to go every year, and I'm really looking forward to bringing Jaden camping.
Nice.
At Paradise Valley, because it's a great family campground.
Yeah, I've got some friends out there. It's very welcoming, community oriented too.
Yeah, it's very it's good for the kids and everything. And I like to go to concerts. I used to go to a concert a year because I heard that helps you live longer.
Okay. Never heard that one, but works for me.
Sarnia has lots of concerts and rock concerts every year, country concerts, and
you a country gal too, are you? On top of the classic rock?
Yeah. Grew up with my grandma in Brigden. Well, she lived in the country when I was younger, like Marthaville and what's the other place she lived out there, middle of nowhere. LaSalle. I don't know, not LaSalle, but you drove on LaSalle to get to her house.
Right.
So, she lived out in the country, and my childhood memories are actually helping my grandma collect the eggs from the chicken coop. Right. So I really enjoy those memories, right? Mm-hmm. My brother, he was about 10 when he started driving a tractor. And a combine. He was combining thousands of acres of fields when he was, by the time he was 13.
Wow.
So that's where he got into his lawn care passion.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. And then, so there's lots of stuff that I like to do for fun. I like to go to shows. I like to go to Toronto. I just recently got back from Toronto with my boyfriend. We went to the Chelsea Hotel and we went to the mall and just had a good time. Went to the Royal Ontario Museum.
So you're busy. You got lots going on.
Yeah, I just like to do fun things.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing all of that. That's a lot to share. Let me ask you this question. Why did you reach out to me? Like what was the purpose behind you wanting to share your story?
Well, I like to, make a difference in the lives of others. It means a lot to me. Like, I'm not able to work, so I find things to do with my time that is equal to work, like working out, and sharing my story at high schools and colleges. Since pandemic, that stopped, so I'm not able to do that anymore. So I've been really bored and looking for something to do, like looking to,
You're trying to share your message.
I found a purpose.
Yeah.
We'll say that. I found a purpose with sharing my story around Sarnia. I don't know. It is a goal of mine to, I travel, I've been to, it's called Las Vegas.
Nice.
I went with my mom and her friends.
Yeah.
And then I went to, the yoga retreat. And then Jamaica.
I love Jamaica.
I studied Jamaica when I was in grade 4. Mm-hmm. So, not grade 4. Yeah, and in high school too. Okay. I took traveling and tourism in high school. So I did Jamaica as my project. And
have you been there?
Yeah. I've been there. I've been there 3 times before.
Oh, nice.
It was actually my goal to go to visit there every year to make a difference, right? And I find that, I was looking for love. And I found the love of my life when I moved back to Sarnia. Not moved back to Sarnia, when I came back to Sarnia from vacation. So it was like, and he's also Jamaican himself. So we, we get along. We have a lot in common, right? And starting with Jamaica, with the love for the island.
Yeah.
And
that's why we got Bob Marley up here.
Yeah.
Right next to AC/DC. I love it.
Yeah. And I have this Pink Floyd tattoo as a
cool.
memorial tattoo for my stepdad.
Nice.
It says, "See you on the dark side of the moon." And so I donated to the hospice with these paintings. And then that reminds me, sorry, we have to wrap this up, but
no, it's okay.
I did a a grieving support group
through
with
hospice. I've heard some really wonderful positive things about that, and from a few people I know have gone through that.
It was something that I needed to do. I felt like, because I was having a hard time emotionally. I've lost a lot of people in my life, a lot of friends.
Family, yeah.
Maybe I should share this.
Sure.
I had a best friend. Sorry, okay, forgive me.
Okay.
I had a best friend. Short-term memory loss. That's another thing with my brain injury. But I had a best friend since elementary school. She was like a sister to me, and at the time when I was drinking, she was my wino buddy. And then my papa passed away in 2017, the same day that my best friend passed away. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but
no, take your time.
She took esthetician. She was a year younger than me. She took esthetician. Following him, I feel like I maybe encouraged her to take esthetician because she saw, we ensured that I was taking it, so she probably was encouraged to take it herself.
Nice.
Inspired to. So she was brutally murdered in London. You might have heard about this story. She moved to London after graduating, or when she was graduating, she went to London for school. Fanshawe. She was going to a client's house, and I think she was doing massage. I'm not sure, but she was going to a client's house, and he chopped her up into pieces.
Sorry. So this has had obviously a huge effect on you as well.
Yeah, and it was very brutal, and it was something that it was like a movie. Like, you wouldn't expect that to happen in Sarnia or in London, right? But it was something that the same day as my papa, so it was a lot of emotions.
Sure.
And it's still hard for me. I thought that the grieving group helped me overcome this emotional aspect of me crying every time I talk about it. But
well, I appreciate you sharing that, because the hospice has done so many wonderful things for so many people, and you're another testament to that. I mean, obviously that pain is always in there somewhere, but how you deal with it, I guess, is what helps, right? Yeah.
My papa, he was a wonderful man in town. He was a farmer, and he owned thousands of acres of land.
Okay.
He had he had tractors. He used to be a truck driver for 21 years. He was a big name in town. He knew a lot of people. A lot of people knew him, and he did a lot of great things. My grandma, she owned about 2,100 chickens, or 25,000, I'm not sure. A lot of chickens, though, but they had a farm, right, where...
what's their name?
Kathy and Jovi.
Okay.
And they, so that's how I grew up in the country.
Okay.
And my brother, he was working on the farm and that, whereas I wasn't able to do as much work on the farm because I was more into doing my nails and writing music. I actually wrote a song on my grandma's farm because I was bored and looking for something to do.
Right.
And I've always been into poetry.
Nice.
My grade 8 teacher before I graduated told me that I should work in the newspaper at Northern. But I never got into it because I was in my car accident. So I was never able to experience life. I wasn't able to, have that. I missed out on a lot. Let's say that. A lot of what could have been my calling.
Right.
Right. So that's why when I found the passion to speak my story at high schools and colleges and businesses too, I spoke at the Rebound as well. Nice.
Great organization.
Yeah, definitely. And
well, you're doing it. You're sharing your story.
Yeah.
And you're being a mom, and I know we could probably talk for hours.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that you reached out. People reach out and I go, well, okay, is this a fit to what I'm doing? But the more I read about you, and I was excited to come here and have you share your story. And I hope you'll stay in touch and let me know how you're doing. And you've shared a lot of personal, and you've been very vulnerable in some of the things you shared. And I'm really grateful for that. And congratulations on all your successes.
I'm so happy I'm so happy right now that I feel like I used to have really bad anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And because of my accident, right? Because I felt like something bad was going to happen all the time.
Sure.
And then now that everything has been happening to me has been positive, I also find that positive mindset, the more positive you think, the more positive things happen to you.
I'm 100% with you on that.
So
I have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really, I appreciate, there's a lot going on there with Cassie Parker, and I appreciate, keep sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you for watching. You know what I'm going to say. Click the love button and click the share button so we can share Cassie's amazing story, taking tragedy and turning it into positive. And thanks to all of you for watching. And as always, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. We'll see you next time right here on the show.
Thank you.
Bye for now.